Hey, folks, this is Lonzo, the Godfather of West Coast Hip Hop, the president of the Compton Entertainment Chamber, an all around nice guy. Today, we're doing another episode of Mentality with my co hosts, my partners in crime. I got my man, Kurt Ray, on one screen. I got my other man, Kevin Collins, from the Los Angeles County Mental Health Department. What's up, folks?
Hey, hey, hey.
Everybody good?
Everybody good.
Before that's always a good start. Before the show started, man, I was looking at a video. Corey Holcomb, him and Dr. Cheyenne Bryant. Are you guys familiar with Cheyenne Bryant?
Mm-hmm.
Fine sister, beautiful. I know her personally. I've met her. We've talked. We've had conversations, and she is just as fine in person as she is on camera. And I call her Dr. B, Dr. Beautiful. Okay. Hey, you're so crazy. Yes, I am. Corey Holcomb and her been going at it for a while. Okay. I saw her on the Breakfast Club, kind of analyzing and debunking him a little bit, and he goes back and forth with her. He swears she's not a doctor, and she does a lot of things that could be considered questionable when you come to doctor. She's fine. Like I say, she is a beautiful woman from head to toe, very intelligent, beautiful eyes. But sometimes you see her in, let me see here. How can I put this without sounding crass or hood radish? She does things that normal women can't do, and you sometimes you wonder is she really is she doing it for the Instagram, the post, or what's really going on? Because sometimes I've never seen a doctor or anybody with a doctor's degree that I can recall that do the super glam thing all the time. Okay, and I guess being beautiful can be a curse and a blessing, but sometimes I think she can dilute her intelligence by doing so many things on Instagram to be attractive. I just wonder about that sometimes. Because most doctors are kind of square chicks. They want to be known for their mind and not their body, not their beauty. And again, like I said, there's a few of them that's the cutie pies, but for her, she goes a little bit over the top. And I guess it's the day of social media is makes people do things they normally wouldn't do. I'm not mad. I'm just confused. Anybody got any comments on that?
So social media makes them do some things that they wouldn't normally do in person.
Well, I think social media makes everybody do things they normally wouldn't do. I'm not going to take pictures of myself all day long, but social media requires you to have an active Instagram, active Facebook, and so you find yourself doing things you normally wouldn't do. Okay, I know a lot of women do things add the filters and do things. They got the duck lips and the booty out and the whole 9 yards, and then you wonder why nobody takes you serious because all I see is boobs and duck lips. Guess what I'm thinking? Guess what I'm thinking? Lips and booty. Okay. You can't get right. You presenting a package. You're presenting one package, but you're trying to sell something else. You're presenting a date, in and out. Thank you, ma'am. Wham, bam. Thank you, ma'am. But you want a husband. Can't have it. Don't work like that.
Right.
It don't work like that. And I've had conversations with some of my one of my nieces. She was, she liked to do the duck lips, and she's a pretty girl. I said, baby, you can't do all that. Expect you to get a decent dude. That when guys see all that right there, he got one thing on his mind. Everything else is bullshit.
Right.
So,
I think social media kind of gives people a false sense of security. It's kind of like when you go to a costume party and you're wearing a mask, you seem to be a bit more courageous and outgoing and risky, you know, when you have that mask on. It's just the social media is kind of a go-between you and dealing with the public. You know, a lot of people that are social media, you know, popular social media people, you know, are oftentimes very insecure in person, not very personable in person, because
Mm-hmm.
you know that social interaction is different face to face than it is with this little veil. You know, it's kind of like the Wizard of Oz. You can hide behind the curtain and you can be whatever you want. You
Right.
know, and then when people see who you really are, oh man, you're short. Oh yeah, wow, you look a lot. You know, uh, you're heavier in person than you are online. You know, or that angle, that special angle that you always give with the duck lips and holding your legs a particular way to make you look a little
Right.
bit more bodacious is, you know, the mask is ripped off, so they don't. It's that false sense of security. I think social media plays a big part in that. You know, does it help with people's self-image or self-confidence? I think it hurts it more because you don't get that real check and balance from or real sincere friends. You know, it's very superficial. I like the person that I know online. I don't like this individual face to face. They can't hold a conversation. They aren't really intelligent. You know that one glamour shot that you see on social media, it took them 30 times in order to produce that one shot.
Right.
You
And
know,
Photoshop. And
Mhm.
Photoshop.
Yep, effects, filters, all of that stuff. So
What you got to say, Kevin?
Man, you know, I think the social media thing is a way that a lot of people just like Curtis said, they are allowing themselves to be somebody that they're not, and they're just putting on this facade. Um, I mean, when you start talking about social media, I start thinking about some of my wife's friends, and when I see them on social media, I'm like, that don't look nothing like her. She got this filter on, and
hmm
where did she get them things from, and how did
right,
yeah, and then you see them in person. I'm just glad I'm married, man, because
right,
you know the way social media is now. You see the one woman on the screen, you be like, man, she bad. Then you get in front of her, you're like, okay, who are you?
yeah,
Right.
Yeah,
hmm
Especially when
hmm
you see them from the fake neck up. Then they got if you only see a neck up, but they got something else to hide.
hmm
Okay. Yeah, you might be working with something to hide. You know what? It's misleading. It's misleading. It's deceptive. But then you want a real man. How
hmm
how yeah how do we get there? I mean, look at us right now. We got three men on the screen right now.
right,
Only person got any kind of deceptive um, makeup on is me. I dye my beard on a regular basis. Kurt, you know
hmm
that we know about die together. God damn it! But you start
hmm
dying. I don't know what Kevin do with his. Kevin is I don't know what his is died or his beard is confused or what. Because I'm trying to figure
yeah.
how you got. Because usually mine go the other way around. The gray come on the end instead of close to my face. How you do
Yeah,
that, man?
my beard is crazy, man. My beard, I don't know, from all the years smoking weed, man, my beard just don't know what it want to do.
it's growing in
It just,
reverse.
yeah, it is. I got gray on this side, gray on here, black all back up here. Yeah, it's out of control. Right now, I need to comb it because you got to look like it's about to take a wave or something on
That's all right. But again, bottom line is this is what you're gonna get. If you
hmm
see Kevin Alonso in person, this is all you got to work with.
Right,
Okay. On every other day, if you catch me in the morning before 12 o'clock, I might have a little more gray. But I have no problem telling you that I dye my beard. That's just something I do.
right.
But
hmm
um, women, they won't tell you that that's not their hair. You have to, and dare not touch it. Dare not
Oh
touch it.
man, that's a fight.
Yeah,
Dare
yeah.
not. Dare not touch it. I've seen videos and I've seen videos on Instagram and Facebook, social media, I should say, and you watch this person literally transform in front of your eyes, somebody that you wouldn't look at twice.
Mhm.
at the club. But by the time they get put on all that various layers of makeup and the eyeliner and the lip liner and the hair, that's a whole
Mhm.
new person. And you
Yeah.
we wake up after a shower. And wait, what the
Well, look, they go to sleep and their face is still on the pillow.
hell? Yeah. You know, they used to in that movie, my boy, I'm gonna get you, sucker. It's a scene where Keenen Ivory Wayans, him and Marie Johnson, they go
Oh
out
yeah,
and she
yeah, yeah.
throw her booty on the couch and throw her leg
Mhm.
on the couch and her chest on the couch and the wig on the couch. I should go and knock out the couch then. Shit.
Don't let me hop after you.
Don't make me hop. So you know when you have these kind of things, it just makes it seem deceptive. And who was that? Was that me and you, Kurt, talking about the 90-day avatar?
Yeah, yeah. Hmm.
90-day avatar.
What's that?
Tell them about that, Kurt.
Oh, about the people can't sustain any facade for more than 90 days. It's about 45 days actually, but by 90 days the gloves are off. You know, it's nobody can sustain that for months. You know, we were talking about how people put on this front and then they run out of ideas of how to continue holding that character. You know, and it takes within about 45 days, you kind of get a real glimmer of at least a few flares go up, a few red flags go.
What happened? What happened? What happened?
Situation.
Bring him back. Bring him
Uh-huh.
back. Bring him back. Go ahead.
I went crazy on them.
Yeah, yeah.
Whether it's in conversation or a situation that they get into or how they handle stress, bills, or work or whatever. It's a full season and 90 days. It's giving a real scope of who a person really is, what their character is really like. You know.
I wonder what happened to the old. I know we talking about the young lady that was on there with Corey. But I wonder what happened to the old, meet somebody, go out on a date for who that person is.
Mm-hmm.
Again, I'm going to get stuck back in that time too, when the women were putting on this fake stuff. But it's got to the point now, I seen where they got men with the fake beards, and
Mm-hmm.
and, and the men wearing wigs and stuff like that. And I'm like, this is crazy, man. Have we really gone to this point where somebody has to put on a fake a mask
Yeah.
just to be accepted?
Right. You never thought about getting one of them hair units?
Nah, bro. Hey, look, if this stuff leaves the top of my head, I'm going with the razor.
Oh man, I lost my hair back when I was like 23 years old. Lonzo was the one that inspired me to cut my hair. I was working in his office and doing some graphic design work, and he walked up behind me. He said, "Hey, Kurt, I can see what you're thinking." I was like, "What the hell are you talking about? You can see what I was thinking." He's like, "Top of your head, bro. I can see what you're thinking." I was like, "Oh man, I'm talking about bald spot." I was like, "Oh God, man." So after that, I cut it all off. Lonzo I think he already had a bald head by that time.
Well, you know what? You and I cut my hair off after we went to Hawaii.
Right. Mm-hmm.
We in Hawaii, we all in the water, we having a good time, and I got a Jerry curl, and I got plenty of activator. I'm thinking, I'm spraying it up, and people kept telling me, man, you got a bald spot back then, and I had a head full of hair, but I had one spot I couldn't see it, and I didn't think nothing about it. And I get back, I realized at the I was in Hawaii, took some pictures, and I said, I'm looking kind of plump. Let me start working out. I go to the gym out in Torrance. I'm on the bike. I'm riding the bike, and I look in the mirror, and I can see brother on the bike. I said, damn, oh boy, I got a big old hole in his natural. I'm riding. I said, shit, ain't nobody in the bike but me. Ain't nobody on the bike but me. I said, to say, this is not working. I look hair. I left the gym. I went straight to my boy Rick, rest of his soul, and Rick cut all my hair off. I never had it. I never had any hair since then, man. Rick was doing my. Rick was like he was mad. 'Cause I was a good customer. Rick was one of the barbers, not a good friend. He was hitting me up about. I think it was $60 every a month or every 2 weeks or something like that. He was keeping me tight. And I let it go, Rick. I can't do it. I refuse to do the George Jefferson thing, man. I can't do it.
That's right.
You look older trying to hold on to it. Just let it go.
Right.
Oh, you see some of them, man, they got that one long hair, they be spinning around their whole day.
Yeah. Hey, my boy just called me, man. He said he can do the show. I'm gonna call him back right now and bring him on right quick, folks.
Okay. All right, man. I think about that. Yeah, when you start talking about losing hair, I'm cool, man. I just don't see no reason to me trying to hold on to something I can't hold on to. It's like holding on to a woman that don't want you.
Right. Yeah, I have that Quaker oat kind of hairstyle that just grows like looks like a little halo. It's not even George Jefferson. It just grows like that Bozo the Clown, just that little strip right there.
Jimmy G, you there?
Yeah, I'm here.
Good. We're trying to get you loud and clear on this channel over here, right quick. Keep talking so we can hear you.
Oh, I can hear y'all pretty good.
All right, good. Can y'all hear him pretty good?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, we can hear.
This is my partner. He was on the show a couple of weeks ago, folks. Jimmy Gilmore grew up on the same block with me, got caught up, and did 32 years?
36.
36 years in the penitentiary. And if you know Jimmy like I know Jimmy, you were totally blown away to find out he got caught up the way he got caught up. And when Jimmy got out of jail, I was one of the first people he came to visit. And he still looked like Jimmy and sound like Jimmy from 36 years ago. And we talked, we all a little older, and he still looking sound good. And we had conversations while he was at the house, and I wanted to continue this conversation. We brought him on the show a couple weeks ago, and he was doing he was cooking. He was in there doing his culinary thing, and I'm hoping we can talk for a few minutes. Talk about the adjustment, man. You know, this show is about men's mental health, and what you are doing is what you've gone through, and the adjustment you have to make coming back into society is a major mental health issue. I mean, it could be a mental health issue. How you adjusted, man?
Well, like I told you last time I talked to you about that time capsule thing. You know, being in that time capsule, your mind is set one way. Even though you go to jail, time go by, things are totally changed. I mean, you have no idea how much, You know what was a real trip to me? Dad, going to the gas station.
Okay.
That was a trip.
Why is that?
Because I ain't know how to fucking make the gas pump. I mean, it was a trip. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
He pushed all these buttons, things like that. It was, you felt like, a little kid all over you. Everything, you got the debit cards, nobody got cash. It's just like, it's a trip, man. And it's a real mental thing, All your little marks that you used to remember, on the streets, things like that. That's just gone. Those things are gone. Little partners used to go through, holler at all that. Those things are over with. You know what I'm saying?
When you went back to the block, was anybody still there?
Oh yeah, I went back to all the old mamas were still there.
Right.
I went by seniors, Haywood, Miss Jones. I went hollering at all of them. They were so happy to see me. Because I walked in the door, I walked into people's houses. They was looking at me like, who the hell is this? I walked in G-Man and Zelda mama's house, and she was looking at me like, hello? I said, hi, Mama, how you doing? She took a few seconds and screamed. Oh, my God, it's you. Oh, my God, it's you. It's just, it's just been a whirlwind, man, of mental, trauma that you're going through. Nothing is the same. Like when I came by your house, Lonzo, I pulled in front of the house, and I remember, like I told you, that was like the last thing I remember, one of the biggest parties ever, And so I sit there for a second, just remembering the party, seeing all of in my mind, I could see all the people outside going up and down the stairs, and I see your son sitting in the car. Now, he wasn't even alive. Well, he wasn't even alive when I was there.
Right.
So I was sitting there looking at him. I could tell he looked like me. And I said, is this Lonzo's house? He said, yeah, he's upstairs. And I said, okay. And I go up the steps, and I was every step I took, I remember all the old guys, man. And it was really a trip, And then when you come to the door, I remember you, Lonzo, with the fly, you had the fly out with the Jerry curl flayed down, whip, you know what I'm saying? And you come to the door, your head was just as bald as mine. But you still out though, like you said. And we had a good talk, man. And I had and that same little the little moments we had, I had with other people. Some people I haven't got a chance to see yet, but I have, talked to some people on the phone here and there. But it is a mental trip.
Okay.
Anybody who thinks that it's not aligned to you, women has changed. They pushing up on you. It's not even a joke.
What you mean? Talk to me.
Well, I was in Sand Clubs with my wife.
Okay.
And you know how good I look, Lonzo.
Okay.
The jokes is slipping out. But I'm sitting at the court, and these three women just turned the corner, and they just stopped. And then she's like, "Who are you?" I'm thinking in my mind, is this bro for real? Put her hand on my cart so I couldn't move it, and said, "What is it gonna take for me to get your number?" And I was blown away.
Wow.
I'm a fox. I chase down the food. You know what I'm saying? I'm not chase, and get fancy food. You know what I'm saying? And that's what's been happening. I remember I don't know if you remember Big E from the Village?
Yeah.
I went out to go see BJ. BJ had a mild heart attack.
Okay.
And so I had Domino take me over to go see BJ. And so we got there, and a couple of guys were there to, drinking, drinking some beer, playing little dominoes, and one of them just had to be Big E. And Big E saw me, and he was like, "Oh my God!" He took a selfie just like we did.
Okay.
But he posted it and said, "Hey, we over here at BJ's. Look who I'm with." And boom, that little six man little gathering turned into a 60, 70 people party.
Wow. Wow.
And I was over there, supposed to be over there for 4 to 5, maybe 6. And I leave this at 12 o'clock at night.
Wow. I got a question for you, Jimmy.
Yeah.
You got locked up. Do you ever get comfortable being in jail?
No. Never comfortable. Your mind is always looking over the gate. Always.
How did that? When you come home, do you still feel the same way or what?
Well, what you get is that survivor's guilt.
Okay.
You got brothers in there, man, who was willing to, willing to die for you, willing to fight for you, and I mean really picking up straps and going to war.
Okay.
And when I say going to war, I mean really going to war. I'm talking people getting stabbed and dying and assaults. I mean, these dudes had your back for real.
Mm-hmm.
And so to just up and then leave them, it's a trip, man. It's like being in war.
Mm.
You survived, and they, and they left there behind. It's like that Rambo syndrome,
Okay.
Mm.
And,
So hey, I got a question. So, hey Jimmy. So when Lonzo had the Jerry curl, you didn't get a chance to see that Cyclops hair in the back of his head, did you?
yeah, I saw it. But you don't really, Lonzo was the boss back then. We only talk behind his back. Why is he wearing that shit? You know what I'm saying? He don't even wear that shit. But Lonzo was the boss, man.
That's what your homies do. Anyway, that's what your homies. You know, I know you don't. You said you didn't relax, but how long did it take you to realize it's going to take me another 20 years to get the fuck up out of here?
Oh man,
do you worry about the outside at all when you're locked up, or you just accept what it is?
No, at some point, I'm gonna tell you the first 5 to 10 years, you basically breathe on the outside. You basically breathe, and you want to stay connected to the street. But as time rolled on, I started to not want to be connected to the street. I started to totally want, disconnect myself from the street. Friends, family, everybody. Because it was safer for my heart to just distance myself than to constantly crying over loved ones and friends. I just couldn't bring myself to continue to hurt, like that. And the only way I could do that is disconnect. And my mind, one thing about your mind, your mind is like a computer. It will start deleting shit. I mean, faces, names, people. I was at a party, came to a party in October, and this girl named Marie was there. I tell you, Lonzo, I could not remember her for the life of me. She was pissed that I couldn't remember her. I mean, she's like, how do you remember her? I remember him and not remember me. I'm like, I couldn't remember.
You talking about light skin Marie used to work at the club with me?
Yeah. I couldn't remember her.
Wow.
Man, she was hurt, bro. She followed me around the party, man. Something crazy.
Did y'all do something? Did y'all do something back in the day?
Well, Fat Man asked her. He said, you ever give Gene stuff? He said, no. He said, well, that's why I didn't remember.
Ain't no memory. Ain't no memory. No reason to remember that, okay? We just conversation.
But she had a real crush on me, but I didn't know.
Ah. Okay.
Yeah, I didn't know.
That's almost worse, Doc.
Yeah.
That's almost worse.
It really is. So, and there's a lot of people that's been like that. I run into some people and I'll be like, "Yeah, what the hell is that?" And then they'll say their name and then it's pop back and Now I'm gonna tell you right now, some people though did not take care of themselves.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
I got a slogan called "Groceries got them." Groceries got them.
Oh yeah.
That's my favorite. That's one of my favorite lines. Groceries got them. Okay.
Groceries got them.
Groceries got them.
Hey, you better not be in a room with that woman by yourself, man. She gonna snatch you up and do something strange.
I was there with my wife.
Okay.
So she didn't know. You don't know. A lot of people don't know that I've been married for almost 30 years.
That I didn't know.
Yeah. And so when I pull up with my wife, they be wondering, who the hell is that? Who's he with? And so Marie thought that I wasn't with anybody. And so she just kept following me around the party. And then so eventually I had to tell her, hey, look, you know, I'm married.
Mm.
And then she said, where's your wife? Like, you know, you had a party, you ain't with her. I'm like, she's sitting right over there drinking.
Mm.
That's what stopped her from talking.
All right. Okay.
Oh, what stopped her? Man, these chicks today, man, I tell them I'm married, they act like it's a reason for them to keep on pursuing the brother.
The challenge is on now.
Well,
Yeah.
they probably would did that because your wife wasn't there. But they not ready to have that competition with a woman being there because you don't want to be around a lioness and you fucking with her lion.
Mm.
You're right about that. And my
Sure
wife
too.
treat me like a daggone teddy bear. Mine.
So you don't want to make that. You don't want to make that change. Take that with it. I don't want to take that ride. Oh yeah, you want to take that ride.
Nah, bro, I'm with you on that one. I definitely want to take that ride. 'Cause I hate to see what happens when that lioness gets acting up.
Oh man, they get. Whew. And you know, mine. She's been with me a long time. She don't really trip. She always tells me she know how I am. I'm not, you know, I'm not trying to chase these balls. Like, I'm trying to chase these M's right now.
Amen.
That's what I'm trying to do. You know?
Amen.
I'm working 3 4 at the spot.
All right. Well, we're live with my good partner from my neighborhood, Jimmy Gilmore. Gilmore. What's how you pronounce your last name? I thought it was Gilmore.
You know what? I just had my welcome home party. Remember I talked to you about how to get the club. Well, I had my family over here, all the Gilmers. All the Gilmers was over, and we all was having this conversation about people saying our name. They say our name Glimmer, they say Gilmer, Gilmore, you know, all different ways they say our name. And so, and I was asking everybody if everybody had the same story. My name is Gilmer.
I've been calling you Gilmore all your life.
I know.
Gilmer.
Well, I don't care. I just let it happen because, I just let it go because they say every time you try to correct the script, they're gonna do it again.
They do me the same way. They call me Lorenzo, Alfonso. I didn't fucking get Alfonso out of Alonzo. Anyway, I get it. I know the feeling.
So Jimmy, your attitude is they're gonna call you late for dinner, huh?
They're not gonna call me late for dinner.
That's what I'm talking about.
Amen. Jimmy, we're gonna call you back with part 2. We're gonna go another segment right quick, Doc. I thank you for taking your time. Well, actually, part 3. I'll call you back. We'll talk about it some more. In the meantime, thank you for kicking it with us. Y'all got some questions before you go?
No, man. You can answer them all, man. We had some fun with it. No, we had some fun with you, bro. That was fun. You told us that. I know it now, Jimmy Gilmer. Yeah, I'm surprised that Fonzo and them, y'all know each other's names. When I was growing up, we didn't even know each other's names. We know each other by nicknames.
I always call him Jimmy G.
Yeah, when the police pulled us over, we didn't have no real name.
Well, we all stayed on the street, so we know their mama's name. We know
everybody.
You know so here's a whole different story. We know everybody's name, cousin's name. We know the cousins and shit.
Right, that's true. All right, Jimmy G. Much love, Doc.
Right,
we'll holler later.
Now,
all right, peace. All right, now.
All right, later.
One love.
That was my boy Jimmy G. Like I said, when he went down, man, it was a shock. So we know what he was doing, but he was always mild profile, never really high. Just he had the nice car. He did what he did, but he wasn't. That wasn't his personality. He just made his money. Mm-hmm. And when I asked him about that before, he says, "Man, I should let that money go." Mm-hmm. He cost me 36 years of my life. Okay, wow. Should let it go. And sometimes we don't understand how important it is. I'm gonna back up. People especially nowadays. He disrespected me. He made me. He disrespected me. He spoke ill on my name. Mm-hmm. And I tell cats all the time, unless that dude is a warlock or a witch and can turn you into what he called you, he ain't done nothing. He can't do nothing. And is the value of what it's going to cost you to get out of this situation, whether it be legally or medically, worth the hassle. You got to pick your battles, baby. You got to pick your battles.
Right.
You ever heard a story about the eagle and the crow?
No.
So the eagle, one thing about the eagle is it's almost the same scenario you talking about. What the eagle does is, a lot of times the crows they want to start pecking on the eagle when the eagle been messing around in their nest, or they want to just be a pest to the eagle. So what the eagle normally does is, while that crow is pecking on him, the eagle starts flying higher and higher and higher. And as the eagle gets higher and higher and higher, that crow can't elevate to that level.
Mm-hmm.
The crow will fall off of it. And that's literally like my grandfather used to tell me, my pops used to tell me. He said, you got to be like that eagle, boy. He said, when them jokers get to pecking on you, he said, get above their level and keep on elevating. So that way they can keep up with you and they'll fall off and you ain't got to worry about them no more.
Right.
Grandpa, you never lied. Like I said before, pigeons, eagles, and penguins are all birds. You never see them hanging together, though. You ain't never seen an eagle and a pigeon, eagle and a penguin do a damn thing together. Okay,
Right.
They all birds, but they don't hang out.
Right.
Don't make one better. Just make them different.
Look, one thing about an eagle and a pigeon, though, that's food.
That's food.
Yeah,
that's food. So hey, keep it 100. I got invited to an event on Saturday afternoon. It's a women's conference at my boy Holy Revival Church. My boy Pastor JT. I got more pastor partners than the average person. I got a bunch of pastor partners who I've been knowing before they was pastors. So I know past history. And he invited me on the show to be one of the panelists in the conversation where women talk to men.
Mm-hmm.
And I can't wait to do this. I can't wait to do it. I've done things like this in the past, and I used to do a thing at my club at the Current Affair, my club at Current Affair, and I did a Venus and Mars party. And I would have women and men and somebody ask a question, have two open microphones, and have a woman answer the question and a man answer the question.
Mm-hmm.
And as we sit here today, and I prepare for this on Tuesday, what some things that I may need to add to my arsenal of dealing with women when it comes to this conversation? I know y'all got some things that I got some things, but I'm always looking for some new edgy shit because I'm not mad. I love women. I love women to no end. But sometimes peer pressure, social media, whatever you want to call it, can make people make folks be unreasonable. And I see a lot on the internet. Just talk to me.
Accountability.
Okay.
Accountability is big. Ownership of your own crap. Stop blaming other people for who you are or why you decide to do what you do. Why is that? Why is it that you need an excuse for your bad decisions?
Ooh, Kurt, you just hit a nerve. Check this out. Based on what you just said, could the Bible, Jesus, or the devil be that same scapegoat?
Yep.
Sure everybody blaming on the devil.
Huh?
Mm-hmm.
Everybody blaming on the devil.
Because sometimes people do things good, bad, or indifferent, and they need to give somebody credit or blame somebody.
Or fault. Credit or fault.
Credit or fault. Thank you very much. Credit or fault. Okay. And does that strengthen you or weaken you to give credit? Now, I think, first of all, let me say this. Let me do a disclaimer. I am a God-fearing man. I know, and only God could have got me out of certain situations I've been into. Okay. But also because God gave me the wisdom, strength, intuitiveness to do certain things, allow you to be in certain situations. Okay. So if you pray to God and ask him to help him, God, I'm trying to do this right here. Help me do it. And sometimes you don't know how it's going to come. You have no idea how it's going to come. But because you keep grinding and you keep driving toward a certain destination, you don't know what's at that destination till you get there. And it may not be the destination you was looking for, but you still got your what you was looking for. It may not be where you was looking for it at, how you was looking to get it, but you still got it.
Well, it's you bring up a good point about that too. People have a tendency to be praying for a particular goal, and if they don't hit the goal exactly how they prayed for it, then they start giving the devil the credit for the situation, for it not being exactly what they prayed for, not realizing that you weren't ready for it, and God's not going to give you something you're not prepared for in the first place. So, they're just constantly making excuses that it's the devil's fault. No, it's your fault because you weren't prepared for the blessing in the first place. So, it's that accountability factor. They refuse to take any responsibility for what they have to put into it. They take out the, they understand faith, but they don't understand that faith without works is dead. So,
I got a few of them for you, Lonzo. You want to take them back with you? Speaking on that point, a lot of them are looking for a certain type of man, and they ain't that type of woman.
They
want that.
You gonna get a shutdown.
Now, I got some good legs. I got my knees together, so I can run pretty good right now. I ain't tripping. And then another one too is that you got these sisters that call themselves independent women, but they ain't independent when the bill hit. Let's go out to dinner. I'm an independent woman. I can do this all by myself. Okay. You want to go to these $high-dollar restaurants, but you ain't ready to pay no bill.
Right.
Or you got the ones that asking you to buy the red bottles, but they ain't got no red bottles in their closet. Well, I'm not gonna buy you your first pair of red bottles. You can't afford it now. Why you want me to come get them for you?
You got a $12 person with $20 in it. What the fuck is wrong with this bitch?
Well, you could touch on the fact that a lot of relationships, as far as the mentality of women, relationships are all transactional.
Ooh, Kurt, boy, they're gonna name a church after you. Go ahead, keep talking. Keep talking. Holy Church of Christ is great.
Relationships are all transactional. They ask for a lot, but they're not thinking about in exchange for what.
Wait, thank you. How is that? Is that a really relationship, or that's just two people, somebody using somebody because they can't do no better? What's really with that?
How about this one? A lot of them, because I'm single, I ain't single no more, but I remember in my single days, a lot of them think that thing between their legs is worth gold. And it's like, man, I can go anywhere and get that. And then at the same time, they got theirs, and they think, since they got, most of them are, I guess they're not getting theirs or something. But all in all, they get there, and they expect you to go ahead and pay. But it's like, you got yours before I got, because in order for me to keep you coming around, you got to get yours before I get mine.
Right.
And now all of a sudden, now I gotta pay. You done got yours. I didn't put all this work in to help you get yours. It don't take much for me to get mine. All I gotta do is fill it. I'm out. But most of them, they gotta, you gotta work. You gotta concentrate. You gotta put all that mindset into it to help her get hers. And then she still wants you to come out of pocket.
I think we didn't got hoodwinked. We should be ones we getting paid. Take a lot more work. It take a lot more work to make that happen. Like I said, we easy.
Yeah. Some of them got so much emotion is built up inside of them, and it's like we got to get past all that just to help her relax and let it go.
Right.
Don't have a bad day. Don't let the dog bark. Don't let the kids. Anything can break that concentration. You got to start all over again.
Yeah.
But
it's like, hey, it's too late.
All you gotta do is, hey, there it is. Give me 10 minutes.
Let me sleep for a minute.
Show me your feet. Over and done. We sitting here laughing and joking, but I've had conversation with my favorite person to talk to was my cousin Vanessa, rest of her soul. And she would talk. She was dating my cousin, and she would talk about him. And then after they broke up, she would talk about her new boyfriend, and she liked him, but she didn't like him as much as she liked my cousin. So because she didn't like him as much, the other relationship was a little bit more transactional. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Now my cousin didn't have shit. He's broke with a joke. Nice guy, broke with a joke. Funny. Kurt knew him. Funny dude. But if he had to pay attention, he had to take out a loan. Okay. He had to pay attention. He had to go get a damn payday loan. Okay. But the other guy, he a little older, and he was okay, but he wasn't my cousin. And I'm like, why did it cost? Why did he have to do more for the same thing?
Right.
The same thing, understand the same thing.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
He got to work harder for the same thing that you gave him with nothing in exchange but a good time. But I liked him. Okay, but I like him too, but not as much. So he had to make up for it in other ways. Okay, I'm like, that sounds kind of prostitutionary.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm glad you said that. That's
a great way. That's a great way to phrase it. To categorize it.
Huh?
That's an excellent way to categorize it. That's a fact.
That sounds kind of prostitutionary to me. You like him, but not enough to sleep with him for free. Oh, huh?
Yeah.
You said it.
And it made perfect. And I've dated younger women, and older women told her, one of the girls I was dating, this was a while ago. Oh, he's an older man. Baby, you got to tax him a little taste because he older than you. And I'm like, first of all, why her old lonely ass in my business? Okay. Old and lonely. Okay.
Right.
You and I already hanging out, having a great time, but then you want to listen to somebody who ain't got nobody, ain't had nobody for a while, but you got this old philosophy that because I'm older, first of all, you're gonna learn something when you may not want to, you're gonna learn something. I'm gonna look out for you no matter what, because I'm that kind of guy.
Right.
But don't tell me, because homegirl told me she gave me an invoice. Tried to give me an invoice. Tell me I don't like to. I need to go out and eat at least 3 times a week. I don't really cook that way. I don't really cook that much, but I like to eat 3 times a week. I need my hair done twice a month, and to get my nails done. So I'm sitting there, and I'm a businessman. I'm calculating my ass up. So you telling me it's gonna cost me about $400 a month to fuck with you? And today that's cheap, okay? But back then that still was a lot of money. I said I'm not interested in no new bills.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not interested in no new bills. Okay, so you telling me you ain't slim, so you ain't missed no meals. But if you got to eat, I got to pay for them. Okay. Mm-hmm. And you talking about some, you ain't talking about going to a regular restaurant. You want to do something else. Okay. No. Your nails got to be done every 2 weeks. Okay. What about my nails? What about my hair?
Right.
Okay. I still had a Jerry curl back then. All right. I still was doing it.
Those $270 a pop.
That's right.
Mm-hmm.
So now I got my bills and yours in exchange for what? And if I don't make you arrive at your destination, my game is weak. So we both getting to our destination, but it costs me to take you to yours. What?
And you putting in more work.
Huh?
Mm-hmm.
You putting in more work.
Putting in way more work.
Right.
I was watching the sister the other day on a comedian. She said she got up, she was in the bed, and she got in position like a man, like she was humping. She said she did it for 30 seconds, almost passed out.
Yeah. I saw that. I saw that post here.
Huh?
Yeah, I saw that one.
I like her. She's a big old sexy motherfucker too. Pretty sexy, big old thick chicks, shape everything. Pretty, and she's funny. And she told me she got up in the bed and she was trying to do what men do. And you don't understand, if you ain't in shape, you're gonna have some issues. You're gonna get them leg cramps and foot cramps. You're gonna jump off some shit and stand up for a minute, and you don't know when it might happen because you don't know, because at a given moment you may get into a cramp, and you're trying to maintain a certain level of concentration, because you know if you don't concentrate and focus,
you shooting the club up.
You're gonna be working with a rope. You're working with a rope now. Okay, so you know all this goes into this to us satisfying you, but then you want to get paid for it.
Right. On top of that.
On top of all that.
Yeah. It's backwards.
Now I don't mind a good time. I love a good time like anybody else. But that shouldn't be every time we hook up situation.
Right.
Because you got your nails done, your hair done, we got to go spend $300-400 on something to eat so you can look good for folks other than people at Cheesecake Factory.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay. You done outclassed yourself for Cheesecake Factory, but if you was the one paying for it, you would be at Chili's with your girls.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Chili's running some specials right now. $7.99.
2 for $20
meal deals. Right.
Going to every Tuesday.
Come on. And I never understood that. I don't understand that. If it's going to be if this is your lifestyle, it should be the same one that you provide for yourself, not the one that somebody else got to provide for you, or the fantasy lifestyle you require because you got your hair done and your eyes and your nails done. No.
We know.
My philosophy is if I'm paying, I pick.
Yeah.
Simple as that.
And mine was, I'm only gonna take you out where I eat at.
Right.
I don't eat out of Maestro's and all that other stuff. I eat at Chili's. I eat at Black Angus. I don't eat at Denny's. I don't trust them. But wherever I eat, that's where we gonna go. And if you don't like it, then peace.
Yeah. Yeah. If that don't work for you, that's we cool. Don't trip. Don't even trip.
Thank you for your time.
I ain't never been a fan of Denny's, but I did start liking Norm's for a minute. Norm's are going crazy. Some bit they crazy as everybody else now. They be open late. You spend time, you go to Norm's, you get more food you can eat. Shit. They didn't jack the bill. Huh?
Not anymore.
Not anymore.
Carol's used to be like that. I remember I used to go to, after coming from the club, Carol's was a spot.
What Carol's did you go to?
The one over there off of Redondo.
That's right. That's what we used to go to.
Yeah.
Redondo Beach between Normandy and the Western. Yes, sir.
Yep.
It's a Denny's now. It's all messed up.
I've been married for 20 years, so ain't no more clubbing for me.
That was our spot. We would leave the club, even after dark, 4:30, 5 o'clock in the morning. Everybody head to Carol's, get the back room in the back. Okay.
Yep.
Back room. Okay. Half the folks is nodding off, the others are sucking on pancakes, and we leave that something. It's daylight now. It's daylight. It's daylight. Now we going to bed.
Right.
Okay. Man. You know, I have a lot of conversations in my day-to-day travels, and sometimes things trigger different situations. Talking about Carol's and leaving even after dark at 4:30, 5 o'clock. It's damn near dusk. It's dusk outside. Going to the restaurant to eat. Leaving there, it's broad daylight. Except by the time you leave, it's 6:30, 7 o'clock. It's daylight. We going home to go to bed.
Right.
My partner asked me, man, what do kids party at these days? I say, man, I don't know. I don't care. Because we couldn't do then what we do now.
Right.
I could not do now what I did back then, put it that way. You know, put a bunch of people's kids in a room and hopefully, and they all go home with no holes, no slices, no lumps on them. I don't see that happening. And then go after hours, man. If you go to the restaurant, half of them gonna walk out, and they don't want you back no more.
Right.
It's amazing how people complain about not having anything, but then every time they get something, they fuck it over.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Well, that's a lack of finances, and most of us, we don't. I used to, because I get classes with the Department of Mental Health, and when I ask people about a budget or a balance sheet, they think that's all about business. It's like only corporations do that. I'm like, nah, man, you're supposed to have a balance sheet and a budget with your own personal life.
Right.
How do you know your own net worth without a balance sheet? How do you know where your money's going if you don't have a budget?
Right.
And that's, man, I've dealt with a lot of people like that, and they just, you stay broke because you have a broke mentality.
Whoa.
They broke mentality.
Mm-hmm.
And so as we sit there, man, we're doing about our 5th or 6th episode of Mentality.
Yes, sir.
Sometimes brothers just got to get together and just vent.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, just vent. Invite Jimmy in. Jimmy did 36 years in jail, man. Came out to a whole new world. We never been to jail. I have not been to jail long enough to appreciate the world when I came out. I think I might have did about an hour and a half. Okay, Kurt, you been to jail?
Yeah.
How long was you in jail?
Same amount of time, maybe 3 hours.
About 3 hours. What about you, Kevin?
I did 7 days. And man, and that jailhouse daggone lawyer that was in there gave me the best information I could have gotten to get up out of there. I'm
What
like,
did he say?
I ain't come back up in here. Well, mine as well had a gun charge. He told me just tell him I left the gun. I had a 80. I still got my 85 Cutlass, but I kept my gun in the car just in case somebody come up and try and rob me. I got my baby with me. He like, no, don't tell the judge that. He said, tell him it's your kids in the house. You took it out of the house and you put it in the car for storage. That's what I told the judge. The judge said, okay, time served, and let me out.
I got my thing with carrying guns too back in the day. I carried guns because everybody knew I had cash money even after dark. I never got robbed. Nobody ever tried to rob me to my knowledge. They may have been some whispering, but I never had an issue. But I always carried 2 guns. And I got caught with them a few times. And one time I ended up shooting. I think I told you that story before. I ended up shooting a gun up in the air and ended up getting arrested for attempted murder. I was in jail about 3 hours for that, 3-4 hours for that. And one time I was in Linwood and got caught with a gun. And I had an OR. I got caught Sunday morning at 12:15, 12:00, something like that. It was Sunday. It just hit Sunday morning. Go to Linwood jail, get transferred to Compton. By that 10 o'clock that morning, I had an OR, but I still ended up on the chain gang going to county. The worst experience in my life. The worst experience in my life. I'm in the county. The guy that's sitting on this bench, all handcuffed together. First of all, they had me handcuffed to a cat that was kicking heroin. This guy's throwing up on himself the whole time, shaking and spitting up and coughing and throwing up the whole time. We on the damn bus. Get down there, they hooked me up to somebody else. I'm sitting there on the bench, and this big buff dude came in talking shit to the police. Oh, it just came from jail or something. He's talking shit to the police. They put homeboy in this room. All you heard was rumbling. Oh, bam, bam, boom, bam. Oh, whoa, whoa, fuck y'all. Woo, 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 woo. About 5 or 10 minutes, he came out whimpering. Not a scar on his ass. Guess who was the quietest church mouth motherfucker from that point? He was the quietest son of a bitch you ever seen from that point on, and I was quiet right along with his ass. Okay. If they made that big mouth son of a bitch shut up, I'm out of here. And I think the worst part was they set me next to a cat on the way out. On the way out, they set me next to a dude with to have any arms and had been shitting on himself like 2 or 3 days. This
Oh,
was
damn.
a wild individual. He must have come from the bowels of hell. Because he was the most vile. He had no arms. He couldn't pull his pants off. He couldn't wipe his ass. No arms.
Well, that's a good way to not get his booty busted.
Yeah, it's a good way to be alone in your cell too. Hey, folks, it's
Exactly.
time. The hour has passed. We didn't talk about all kinds of things. I'm gonna thank my man Jimmy G for stopping through for a minute and give us a little insight on mentally adjusting to coming home after 36 years of being locked up. I got my man Kurt. Kurt, tell them where to find you at.
I can be found at Midlife and Times on Instagram, and don't forget to subscribe to Instagram Men Tally Talk.
Kevin, where can they find you at?
Man, Convo with Kev. CONVOWKEVIN. KEV. I said EIN. I ain't that about nothing. EIO.
All right, folks, share this link with somebody that you like, a man that you love. If you want to get some man mentality information, please do so. You can follow me, Lonzo, at Real Lonzo NWA at Gmail. Oh, Real Lonzo at NWA and Gmail. If you add Gmail, that's my doggone email address. In the meantime, folks, I want to thank the fellas for coming out. Thanks for everybody for tuning in. I see my boy Isaiah Marlon in the house. I saw Dusty a few minutes ago. Much love to all my folks. Rashad Cobb, everybody, thank y'all for coming through. I'll see y'all again on Tuesday, God willing. In the meantime, folks, we're about to be up out of here. Mentality. Keep your mental health. That's all you got, folks. Peace.